Hello and welcome. Can one tank alone survive and win a whole battle in Ostfront? Well, I didn't know the answer to this, and hopefully if you watch this video all the way to the end, you'll find out. Usually tanks that do solo in the game, or I go solo with in the game, don't last very long, and they don't do very well. This is an example of a previous game where I tried to run a tank around behind the other side of the enemy and I got destroyed horribly. Not that it's a goodly destroyed, but you get my point. Well, I took all the resource points in armor and I got up to a Panzer III, which is what I decided to run with. I only took one tank, I didn't take any infantry, and I had a lot of fun micromanaging this tank. I normally don't get into the weeds of every tank and how it works. And the battle I took was a threat level 1 with the highest amount of research points. And we've spawned in here and we're going to see the adventures of Panzer number 383 as it is isolated from its company. It's trying to find its way back to its company and it runs into some Russians. Runs into 2 Russian strongpoints, in fact. So there they are, the crew of 383 happily driving down the road looking for the rest of the company when they run into what is a hasty ambush at best, really. And you'll see how they fare. Changing music, so obviously something's going to happen here. Very dramatic. So here we get ambushed by some Ruskies at the side. I don't see them. I see the ones in front. Well, the guys in the tank see the Russians in front of them. But what they don't see is a Russian that's hiding in the woods just to the right here. So it's kind of sneaky. You can see clear as day he's not there. And then when these guys feel safe and decide to advance forward, like right now, he gets ambushed from the side. See him just run into view there and hit me with an RPG-40, which is just a basic £1.5 of TNT hand grenade. So the crew backs up, sorts out that guy, and then this is where the crew fight off the close assault of the infantry. And they don't realize it yet, but there's a whole bunch more infantry hiding behind that hill over there. You can see at the top left hand side of the screen there's an objective, but the crew can't see that yet. So at this point we're going to take a look at the high ground on the right side and see if we can pour some fire down onto that objective. Right there. And as we push forward, and a whole another wave of Russian infantry attacks us. I've just got into third person view because it's more immersive, really, when you play the game. You actually get to see through the sights, you see the line of sight that the soldiers or the tank has on the ground. And I kind of pull a dumb move here. I get into a situation which you'll see in a second or two is really bad. And as I pull forward onto this ridgeline, which is my mistake, I shouldn't have gone there. I've got the crew button down so the tank commander can't really get shot too easily, which is what happens if you leave them unbuttoned. But now I'm thinking I can pour fire onto the guys below me, and then I get flanked on the left side. And all of a sudden I'm taking hits from the front, I'm taking hits from the side. They seem to have more anti-tank rifles than is fair. And very shortly I'm tracked and I'm stuck here in a position where I can't really return fire to the front, which is where I'm getting hit by an anti-tank rifle right now. You saw that splash. So right now I'm immobile and I'm in a bad position because I can't depress the weapons enough. That's as low as I can go, and that is right over the head of the guy that's firing the anti-tank rifle at me. so it's a little bit rough. So I kick a guy out, the tank commander jumps out, and he's going to start repairing the track so I can back up and get off of this really, really bad position. And in the meantime, I'm being flanked from the left side here, and the Russian tactics are represented really well in this game. They like to mob you, rush you in a large mob, and then get close and get some hand grenades to disable the tank. And as you saw in the start of the video, you can get mobbed pretty quick. These guys are a little bit below the gunfire, but I'm able to shoot above their heads, and as they run around, they run into the gunfire. You can see there's a lot of enemy coming up from the left side here on those rocks. Not all of them have anti-tank grenades, so it's kind of hit and miss as to which ones do. And some of them have anti-tank rifles, and you can see just how inaccurate the gunfire is, because they're actually firing through a pinhole sight, and then they don't have a front bladed sight on the machine guns in the tank. So this game kind of represents that by giving it somewhat of an inaccurate fire, and then of course the accuracy of the gunner as well is reflected in their skills. So the poor tank commander, you can see him there, he did repair the tank, but he died in the process. He got shot by a rifleman, actually, with a Mosin Nagant rifle. So I'm trying to back up here and survive this encounter, and it's been fairly intense so far. It's been very hands-on. The armor indicates I've taken some damage, but it's not critical damage to the hull and to the right track. So what I want to do is turn the bow gun to face the front, because the AI will automatically fire the bow gun while I'm controlling the actual main gun and the machine gun in the turret. So it's a bit rough right now. I'm just catching a quick breather. There's going to be another wave, you can see in the mini-map up at the top. And this guy's running right towards me, so there's a very good chance he's got an anti-tank grenade. You have to kill those guys, otherwise they will knock your tank out. There's a percentage chance hit when the grenade detonates that you might actually lose the whole tank. And that's end X when you see that one. So right now I'm calculating that the waves of infantry are over for a little bit, and I've got a short amount of time to back up, get out of here, and effect some repairs. And that's exactly what I start doing here now. Time to create a bit of distance. That distance gives me the ability to shoot the enemy in the open as they advance on me, while I do repairs, because the hull is damaged. I could proceed forward right now, but I've got a damaged hull and I don't want to take too many hits. So I'm going to back up here. I'm being attacked from the right. That's a sergeant submachine gunner, and he has got an RPG-40, which is a hand grenade with about 1.5 pounds of TNT in it. And there you can see it in this close-up shot. It's in his right hand, and he's throwing it right at me. And when that detonates, right now he just took my right track out. You see it red on the lower left corner. And the AI will have him running very, very close and avoiding the machine guns of the turret, and avoiding the front machine gun too, because that's how he can get a shot. So the bad news is I've got to kick out an infantryman now, sorry, a tanker, and he is going to shoot, or hopefully he'll shoot, the Russian submachine gunner. A pistol against a submachine gun is not a fair fight. So here we go, kick him out, ordering him to aim at the Russian sergeant. And finally he gets him right there. And he is going to take that submachine gun, because that's a good offensive weapon when the tankers get out. Tankers don't make the best infantry, but they've got pistols. By default, the tank commander has a submachine gun. So I have taken that Russian PPD, and the round magazines and the first aid kits and the hand grenade. And actually I just clicked on the wrong button. I should actually tell him to get out and repair that track, because this is not a good place to be. I could be surprised from the right, I can be surprised from the front. So I need to fix the track again. I've been tracked twice now. And as soon as he repairs this track, I'm going to go ahead and back up and create a little bit more space. Space, time and distance as the infantry runs towards you. If they have to cover a longer distance, then you stand a greater chance of shooting them as they close in on you. Best to get behind cover if you can, but if you can't, then you want those flat distances in front of you and around you. So I'm going to pop him back into the tank, and I'm going to back up here a little bit and create more time and distance, open space in front of me. And I'm also going to try and turn the tank a little bit to the right, so as this guy works on the side of the tank, he's got a bit of cover. Actually, I messed up. I meant to hit repair, and I actually told him to get in by mistake, but either way, we'll back him up back here. And when they get back here, we'll canter the tank to the left or right. And that way we'll have a little bit of cover from the front, at least, when he does repairs. The track on the right side is lightly damaged, the hull is lightly damaged, so I'm going to cant it to the right. Nope, my other right. So when he gets out and works on that track, he's got a bit of cover from the front at least. It's not perfect, but I'm just kind of using Vegas odds to increase my chances. And now he's going to repair. He's got a submachine gun, so if he gets attacked, he can stop repairing and he will shoot back. Although he won't do that automatically. I'll have to tell him to stop repairing and shoot and lay prone. But right there we've got the armor and main body armor and the track fixed. So now we're going to advance forward and go to the left side. There's the Russians getting ready to mug me. They want my food and my money and whatever loot I've got on me, like weapons. Actually, they just want me out of their country so they can live peacefully, drinking vodka. Right? Vodka's a good thing, as long as it's not in excess. Dum dum dum. That's a lot of dead bodies out there. Well, the yellow one is my tank commander. The red ones are the Russians, the enemy. So now I'm going to advance and go kind of leftish, swing left, and see if I can eliminate the defenses in the Russian defensive position, which is to the right of the screen there. Ooh. Got him right to the belly. That's a very good thing about having the AI in the tank and then operating it. You operate the turret and the turret main gun and the driver's position, but the bow machine gun is operated by AI, so if you turn the bow of a tank to the front and it has a bow machine gun, then they will automatically fire. So that's kind of an advantage of having a number, I should say, of machine guns in the tank. And right here we're trying to eliminate the defenders. That's not a good spot there. I'm too close. I can be snuck up on by the right hand side in that below those rocks there on the right. So I'm going to push further over to the left. Again, working the angles. Now I can't see very well into the defensive position. As they pop their heads up, the bow machine gun is having a go at them. But I'm not doing so well. I probably need to push in here a little bit because I think there's a bit of raised ground right in front of me. And I don't know if I'll... No, here comes the reinforcements from the other objective. So I'm not crazy about being in the bushes here. That ruins my line of sight as far as seeing what's coming at me. The AI doesn't have that problem, just me. I'm and the back up out of this. That's a very bad spot for me to see the infantry coming at me. Sometimes you'll see them when you put the sights over a body, you'll see a red silhouette, which means you can't physically see him, but you know he's out there. And this is not the best position. I'm going to push up to the left. As I get up here, I should be able to see down into the back of the defensive position. Yep, and see the bow gunner's doing all that shooting even though I'm driving the tank. That's Panzer 383, you see the stenciling on the side of the tank. It's kind of nice that they put that customized stenciling on the tank so you can kind of take a bit of ownership between each individual tank. See if you can get one to survive a number of battles. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you think I should just try and stay with this one tank, I should upgrade the tank, I should only take, or should I only take stuff that I salvage on the battlefield for the next battle? Just kind of searching inside of here. When you put that center crosshairs on a piece of cover, it'll tell you if there's anybody behind that piece of cover. Smashing barrels, smashing the hay cart. I think I've got everybody from the sandbag position. They were all hunkered in those sandbags right there. Oh, being attacked from the left. It's much more immersive to be in this point of view, but it's harder to see everything. I don't know what this guy's thinking he's doing, just crawling right out in the open, but although the AI uses faulty logic, but when you're prone, you're harder to see. But he'd have been better off just running right at me and slapping the front of the tank with an anti-tank grenade or a demolition charge. There we are, you see the flag, and taking over this objective. So far so good. So that building there is blocking my line of sight. And I have some more Russian infantry attacking me. So if I was going to stay here and defend, which I don't think I will, and I'll talk about why in a second, but if I was going to stay here and defend, I'll leave a tank here and attack the other one, the other objective with another tank, then I would definitely flatten all the buildings. I still might flatten this one here a little bit, stay for a little while longer, because in the second most recent update the devs announced that the AI now uses resupply points just like we do, or similar to the way we players do. So that means if I stay here I can chew up some of their resource points in the battle, because they'll send stuff to attack me. It's easier to defend than attack. Well, it's not easier, it's just different, I guess. But that looks like a rock face, so I'm going to go left here, look across the river, and this is the path they'll come at me from, right here. So if I stay down here and use these rocks as cover on the left, I'm going to go for it. I'm across the stream and get nice and close. And there's infantry in front of me, and the whole gunner got him. I'm just lining up the turret on him, but the whole gunner got him anyway. So now we've stopped them from recovering points from the first objective, because it's now held by the German side, my side. And now we're going to go ahead and take the second objective from, well, hopefully taking more points away from this guy, or the AI player, I should say. See, I can see that guy behind the hill, but the snow hill, or the muddy hill covered in snow, but I couldn't target him. So now I have to get into a position up here where I do have line of sight straight to him, The bow gunner's already letting it go, but I'm going to start targeting it here. Normally the AI of the tanks won't shoot through cover, as I'm doing my best to destroy sandbags and buildings and fences with the HE round. This is only a 3.7mm gun, 37 centimeters. 3.7 centimeters or 37 millimeters, which at the time in 1941 it was a main battle tank, so it wasn't a bad gun. But later in the war, obviously it wasn't the best gun. There were much more powerful weapons and much better armor. But right now all I'm facing is some infantry, which is deadly enough. And I'm not crazy about coming at this objective from behind this shed here, because that could have guys in it. And if you let them get close enough, like he's running right towards me, you have to assume if he's running right towards you, he wants to tap you on the front armored nose with a loving hand grenade, or even worse, an anti-tank grenade. So I'm going to destroy this bit of cover so that if there's anybody hiding behind it, I get to kill them and stay alive. So now I'm in the objective. You see the Russian flag is coming down, looking like it might be possible to survive this. What I don't know now is how many points the Russian player has and how many units are left out there that I haven't encountered yet. There could be units in the woods back there, there could be units behind that building. I'm just backing up to create some distance. Time and distance gives me the chance of survival. And when that flag gets to the top, I might win this match. All in one tank. Dum dum dum. So what I don't know is where the next wave will come from, if there's a wave. If they've got points left, you keep watching the mini-map to see them show up. And I see a disturbance across the lake on the left there. Just checking to the right, but I see that disturbance and I can't tell whether that's just like a wind squall in the snow, or if that's smoke from somebody throwing a smoke grenade, like there's an anti-tank gun behind it. That's a common scenario. If you've been playing this game or you've been watching my videos, you'll see that it's very common for them to throw smoke and you are surprised by an anti-tank gun that's over. Well, we won. Holy crap. We won the battle. So it is possible to have one tank survive. And now what I'm going to do is salvage as much as I can from the battlefield, which there is not a lot to salvage. There is a heavy machine gun, and there are toolkits, and I am going to go ahead and load up stuff in the tank for the next battle, because it's good to have all of your crewmen with submachine guns, in this case a light machine gun and submachine guns in the rest. And I'm very happy with that. We survived. I got a DS-39 machine gun out of it, which isn't a lot. I would have preferred a little tank in this scenario to capture. But what I would love for you guys to do, if you enjoyed this, is mash that like button. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. That really helps me out a lot. And if you enjoyed this, leave a comment and let me know what you think I should do in my next battle. It will be a defensive battle. And I'm filling up that fuel tank, and I'm loading up the tank full of spare weapons, and I'm giving a submachine gun and a light machine gun to the crew, and some hand grenades. That's the that grenade right there that takes up 6 boxes. That is the RPG-40 anti-tank grenade. That's what they've been hitting me with. That can take out the whole grenade sometimes, the whole tank sometimes. One grenade. Yep, Arn, the driver, Arnold, now has a submachine gun that he captured after shooting a guy with a pistol. And there we are. We're set and finishing out. And we won. right here, 6 resource points, so I can unlock the next version of Panzer III for sure. Let me know what you think, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I know I certainly enjoyed making it. I'm glad I can say I survived with one single tank only. And love and hugs. Peace out.